Lisa's heart sank as she watched her husband disappear beneath the shark-infested waters. She thought this would be her ticket to inheriting his billion-dollar fortune. But just as she was grinning from ear to ear, the old man resurfaced with a mischievous smile. It was all just a joke to him, but cunning Lisa wasn't ready to give up. She told her wealthy husband, "If you really love me, jump off that cliff up ahead." Without hesitation, he climbed to the top of the 30-foot cliff and leaped off. This time, just as Lisa had hoped, he never resurfaced after hitting the water. In that instant, Lisa secretly rejoiced. However, her joy was short-lived as she quickly realized she had no idea how to drive the speedboat. With not a soul in sight, Lisa frantically grabbed her phone to call for help, but there was no signal. Desperate to survive, she started shouting at the top of her lungs, hoping a kind stranger might come to her rescue. But in the middle of nowhere, there wasn't a single person around. Left with no other choice, she curled up and started sobbing. But crying wasn't going to solve anything, especially as the boat drifted downstream. Lisa had no choice but to try driving it herself. However, after a series of disastrous maneuvers, she accidentally put the boat into a spin. At this rate, she'd soon crash into the nearby rocks. In a panic, she yanked out the boat keys, but in her frenzied state, she flung them into the river. Thankfully, the boat stopped spinning for the time being, but as it continued to drift, Lisa realized a new crisis. The boat was heading straight for a waterfall. To avoid being killed by the fall, she rushed to the back of the boat to gather her things. Just as she was about to jump, she remembered she couldn't swim. Spotting a life preserver on the boat, she quickly tossed it overboard, but the moment it hit the water, she realized that's not how life preservers work. It was too late now, as the boat was about to go over the falls. With no other options, Lisa crawled into the cabin, praying to God to spare her life. In the next instant, the boat plunged over the waterfall and floated downstream. Miraculously, Lisa drifted safely to shore. Seeing her phone still had battery, she tried calling for help again, but tragically, there was still no signal. Frustrated, she started sipping on some wine and even gave herself a seaweed facial. After resting for a bit, Lisa realized if she stayed put, she'd eventually starve to death. So she put on some stunning makeup and decided to venture into the forest for a wilderness survival experience. But after just a few steps, she noticed a trail of animal tracks on the ground. When she looked up, she was stunned. Up ahead, a bear was drinking water. Lisa was so terrified, she didn't dare breathe. At first, she thought about making a quick escape, but the next second, the bear turned its head and locked eyes with her. Then it came charging straight at her.